Good evening, everybody, sports fans worldwide. It is the late night on campus, 10 o'clock Eastern, which means only one thing. Donnie Reddside, we are back. As always, it's Wednesday evening. What do we got? May 3rd. It's May already, Donnie. It seems like, as I get older, Donnie, the months just go quicker and quicker. Before I know it, it'll be football season again. But it's May 3rd. We're back. We got a lot to do tonight. Hope everyone out there is cashing tickets and cashing checks. Donnie Wright said, how you doing tonight?
Hey, man, doing good today. Early soccer afternoon. Went out and hit the gym for a little bit. Had my phone on me. Caught your halftime show where you promised that Monaco would not score in the second half. You came through. You promised that Juventus was going to move through. You did it, big man. You did it.
Yeah, well, you know what, Donnie? I have one more game to go. I actually, look, no one said it could be done. All I got was shit for it from other colleagues, from listeners. But look, I mean, when you have the best defense in the world, you can say things like that. So, look, we got another game to go, but today was fantastic. I was in heaven. It was just unbelievable. And you look at Donnie Juventus. I mean, over 700 straight minutes without giving up a goal in the Champions League. I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty unbelievable.
No, it is amazing. And you've been talking about their defense and what they've been doing all along. So kudos to you on that nice shot there. No question about that.
Yeah, it was a nice one. So hopefully people cashed on Juve. And, look, it's kind of setting up if we can get Real Madrid Juventus, it's going to be a pretty epic final if we can get that. So, it'll be exciting. I'll be on tomorrow with Natalie Rodgers and the Bankroll Boys. We'll be doing the best bets of the week. I'll also be doing a little Premier League with them as well. Premier League is coming down to the wire, Donnie, so make sure everyone tunes into that. But, Donnie, tonight it's all about baseball. We take center stage. The Boys of Summer. We also have a little NBA going on. And our friend and colleague Ian Cameron's going to join us. He'll be joining us in the second half hour. We'll get to know Ian. This show's about getting to know people, getting them out of their realm, not just doing videos. We'll have Ian on. We'll ask him all sorts of different things, kind of get to know him. So if you have a question, feel free to get it to me, and I'll make sure we write it down. Welcome to everyone out there. Simba, interesting name. I love that name, man. Welcome.
Say the last name, Jeff. Try that one out.
Masayiwa. I'm pretty good with names for the most part. Some of the soccer teams throw me off, but I'm pretty good with names. Joel, what's up? Sean Robinson. Everybody get in here. People are joining. If you're listening, jump on the chat box. It's free. But Donnie, how you been? What's going on tonight?
Yeah, not too much. Just watching this baseball card go over. We got a couple games that are about to get off. Nolasco and Iwakuma about to square off. Obviously the Angels and the Mariners there. Colorado, San Diego. Weaver's on the mound tonight versus Sensatella. We'll see how that one ends up. And also San Francisco and LAD about to get it underway, but a lot of action currently underway at this time.
If I can just say one thing quickly, I think, look, I mean, I'm going to say it here and I'll say it again. Jared Weaver might pitch his ass off tonight. The Rockies might be square, but I think you got to get on them tonight. At the price it is, I think you got to take a shot with them.
Put a little bit of play out on the early one where they asked, early one. The roundtable asked us to put out a couple plays. I thought over 2 was going to be a decent bet today for Colorado. So let's see what happens in here. And it looks like a little flare shot on the one game that really matters for me. Yankees tie it up. That's the 4th flare shot that the Yankees have got tonight as a base hit. 6-6 now in the bottom of the 7th.
I almost, Donnie, kind of feel bad for you because this Yankees team, they don't go away. I mean, they just are really just they go down 3-0 or 4-0. And CeCe Sabathia with another poor performance. Instead of worrying about other games and other teams, he should worry about his pitching mechanics right now because it's not very good. He is back to old last year, CeCe, before he went to rehab. He's not looking good. But, this is a weird game. It's been the ump's been horrible in this game. Look, Aaron Judge, I mean, it's hard to step in front of this guy right now. He is just murdering the ball, but it should be a nice finish there. Either way, a heavy, high-scoring game up in the Bronx. Baltimore, Boston, an interesting game there, Donnie. And I got to tell you, if I'm an Oriole fan, I'm up in arms tonight after the ridiculous ejection of Kevin Gausman. I don't know what the hell that was all about. I am sick of these fucking umpires taking the game into their hands way too early. That is a pathetic call. It shouldn't have been made. It was clear. I know there's been bad blood in this series, but I think it was just a slider that got away from Gausman. It was only 75-mile-an-hour pitch.
It was a curveball too. Like it wasn't even a poignant pitch. If you throw behind him or you hit him in the head or you throw it, over his head and it's a 90-mile-an-hour heat or whatever, I get it. But a curveball that clearly got away, and you could tell that it wasn't a manufactured response because everybody was like spontaneously upset, and the umpire knew he messed up as soon as he threw him out of that game.
Yeah, burn me at the stakes because I took the Raptors at 10-1 to win the East. Sorry. I guess that was a horrible bet, wasn't it? I mean, so bad, Michael, wasn't it? I mean, why would I do that? I mean, it was just a horrible play. I don't know, because the East sucks. That's why. Okay, who cares? They're going to lose. Big deal. It's about value, Michael, not about what team's the best. I'm not going to make any money betting on Cleveland, Michael. I mean, that's
never know now. I mean, hey, we've seen it all in the past. Guys get hurt, guys get injured. It's still a long series. You're going on the road. It wasn't like they won 2 games in Toronto already. So we'll see.
So did Michael actually think I was going to go into this series thinking that I had a chance? It's not about that, Michael. It's about having a possibility and having value late in a series. If they lose, they lose. It was a 10-1. I'll take a shot. Donnie, but then you look at the fact that Adam Jones was ejected, obviously for arguing balls and strikes. Which makes sense, but just a bad call by that ump. You've seen that time and time again anymore in Major League Baseball, just premature ejections, and it gets pretty old, especially because you look at Gausman tonight, Donnie. I mean, look, the guy's been kind of having some issues. He had already given up a run. That's really going to throw him off, I would think, at this point. That's brutal. But game's still alive, though. 8th inning, Baltimore is hanging around. Pitchers duel, Donnie, down in Washington. They get the job done 2-1. Robbie Ray and Gio Gonzalez, who you've talked about, 2 lefties, were really kind of just flamethrowing back and forth. A nice pitchers duel for once. If you had the over, sorry, rip that ticket up and you'll live to see another day. But interesting pitchers duel down in Washington tonight.
Another bad one here for the Blue Jays as I'm just updating these games as they go live. Ball right back to Baggiani, the pitcher. He boots it. Everybody's safe around 7-6 Yankees. You sort of felt it coming on as the game went over. When you get the 4-0 lead, you need a shutdown inning. You gave up 3 right away. Stroman fakes another injury. He'll be on the 15-day DL or 10-day DL, whatever, shortly there. So just one of those games. You're going to get that early in the season where you have a big lead. You blow a couple leads in that one. So no harm, no foul. Doesn't look too good for us here, though. It happens.
I mean, Donnie, keep in mind, you have plenty of time left. It's still only the 7th inning. Cubs take the lead 4-3. And, Donnie, it really is like clockwork anymore in Major League Baseball. Yeah. The bullpen comes in immediately, and Joely Rodriguez comes in and he didn't give the lead up, but he made it worse by giving up a double to Wilson Contreras. Cubs were down early in this game, 3-1. It's now 4-3. And I will admit, I am on the Cubs in this game, Donnie. Minus 1.5. After all the shit I talked on them this morning. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you why. Cubs with Arrieta tonight. Arrieta is a gamer at the end of the day. This guy is I don't know if you've heard any stories about Jake Arrieta, Donnie, but he's a serious guy, a serious individual, all about, workouts. And, I think he's he's very, he's obsessed with staying in shape, but just a crazy kind of guy. Yeah, I thought tonight he's had great success in his career against the Phillies. I think he has a 1.83 ERA of him. The Phillies lineup tonight was pathetic. I know you commented on it. So for me, I like the spot. Eichhoff hadn't gotten any run support. We'll see how it goes. Talking way too early here, and I'm sure I'll end up losing, but it's nice to see Wilson Contreras come up in a role and get those guys in. Miami and Tampa Bay, Donnie, an interesting shit show of a game there. You had Blake Snell against Adam Conley, and you had to figure you were going to see some runs in this game. But you look at that Marlins team, Donnie, 16 hits tonight in 7 innings. Did you see the home run, I believe, by Osuna, Jeff? Yes. Osuna hit the freaking moonshot. The banner in left field. I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit that far in Tampa Bay. Unreal. Yeah, no, that Ozuna I like. He's a good young player. That lineup is good, man. It's a shame they don't have, one or two more starters because, I don't mind Wei Yin Chen. He's not bad. I mean, you also have, if you had Jose Fernandez, I mean, that's your ace. You have some guys that are decent.
Good hitting lineup, yeah.
It's just a shame that if they have to trot out Adam Conley and, people like that. But, and like, what's that other, Kohler? I mean, just bums. But an interesting game there. 15 runs. Probably should even have more runs with 22 hits. Probably should have more runs. I got an interesting question here on the chat box. Big man, Kendall or Kim Kardashian? Wow,
not even close.
That's a tough question because if you know me, I'm into the ass. I'm a big ass guy. It's a shame you can't put. I don't know. I still think Kim's the GOAT. Like she's the GOAT of all time. Like she's still just dope as hell. Kendall's hot for sure. They're both hot, her and Kylie. But Kim's still just legendary, man. Though she'll always be A1 to me. So what do you think about that, Don?
No, it's Kendall all day. It's not even close.
No, but they're both very hot. I mean, listen, I like Kim. She's old school to me. I've been a fan of Kim's for a long time. So that's and I'm fine that she's a porn slut, Sean. What do I care? I'm not trying to marry her, am I? Let's get back to the baseball.
Some other options here that we're going to look at. Houston 6-1 over Texas. Morton put on another good showing there. Oakland and Minnesota. San Diego 6-3 over the A's right now. And how about Cards tonight?
Minnesota, dude. I'm telling you, that team is decent.
You didn't like them at the beginning of the year. People in the chat box, man, giving me some slack on that. They should.
Yeah, I didn't like them, but they have Irvin Santana and Santiago's been fantastic.
Yeah.
It's another team that's a shame they don't have one more solid starter. But I mean, they're playing well. I got a big home run from, I believe, Eddie Rosario, a 3-run shot. And Donnie, Byron Buxton has a hit tonight. How about that?
And what a catch he had tonight, too.
Yes, I saw that. Good point.
Bases up there. Fast dude, man.
Morton pitching well for the Houston Astros. And you look, Nick Martinez having some trouble tonight. You had to figure at some point Nick Martinez would have issues. I mean, he had a pretty good ERA coming into this one. He had a good ERA against the Houston Astros, but tonight they tag him for 6 runs over 6 innings. He's still in the game. And look, Houston's starting to get a little payback against a team that has owned them for a number of years.
Yeah, yep, for sure. And again, getting over there again, the Yankees and Toronto 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Keep it moving. We have Cleveland and Detroit, Jeff, 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Cleveland holding on as a decent favorite there, about -159. Looks like they closed that. So hopefully they can hold on and close that one out if anybody has it there. Chicago again. Yeah, go ahead, man. Yep.
I'll tell you something about Cody Allen. He makes it interesting in the 9th inning. I'll give him that. I mean, there's always base runners. He never has a clean inning, but he usually gets out of situations like this. I think he just did, if I'm correct. A nice win for the Cleveland Indians. Is that a final, Don?
I do not. I don't have it updated just yet as a final. I still have it in the bottom of the 9th. I'm going to check to see what we got.
I think we have a final in that one. Called strike 3 against Shimadusi. So, nice win for Cleveland. A low-scoring game too. I mean, you look at the starters, Carrasco, who decent, but Matt Boyd has had some issues, and Donnie, Cleveland's issues tonight, and were one of the reasons I was looking at Cleveland tonight in this game. I wanted to kind of back them. Number was a little high, and they were facing a lefty, and I just can't lay 150 or whatever it was when they face a lefty. I just can't do it.
Yeah, by the way, you always get that good point there I want to bring up that you have is you can't take Cleveland on the run line just yet, right?
No, you can't because they just haven't been scoring enough runs. I mean, they're not – last year they were great because they were putting up, 6, 7 runs a game at times. But right now they're just not doing that. Juve, Real, UCL final, I can get it plus 130, which seems like a steal. Yeah, if you can get that still, what? Where's that line at, dude?
How about that, big man?
Where's that line at, huh? Is that on? I got to look that up. Where's that line at? Wow, Donnie, I might bet my whole fucking bankroll on that.
That's stealing right there for you?
I don't see how it's possible to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, you need both. Most sides would need, I mean, Atletico's definitely not going to make it. Monaco would need 3 goals away against a team that has given up a goal in 9+ hours. But we'll see. I have to look for that bet. But Donnie Wright said, where else and what else do we have going on?
Yeah, let's take a look here. Chicago Cubs tack on a little bit more. It is now 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning in that one. And how about Carnes out there tonight? Called it a little bit earlier, Jeff. You're going to hang a -145 with Nathan Carnes. It's going to go up to -165 on Chris. Something has to be up with how bad KC is. Yeah. And how about that, man? Well, 3-0 right now. Great pitch game by Carnes.
I'm going to say it again. You cannot bet the White Sox against a right-handed pitcher. They're just, for whatever reason, they can't hit righties. Against lefties, they're an auto bet. Against righties, I can't bet them. And with Mike Pelfrey going tonight, it was just a double-edged sword. I got to tell you right now, if you had Kansas City tonight, pat yourself on the back. You may be a sharp bettor.
That's a pretty sharp bet.
That's a sharp play right there. But I should have known. I love Kansas City at home, Donnie.
Yeah.
But I've jumped off that team. They're a hard team to gauge. Minnesota taxed on another one. They go up 7-3. And Oakland, it just continues to be a war of nightmares for the Oakland Athletics. They suck. I'll say it again. But a nice one-out double there from Eddie Rosario. They take the 7-3 lead there. Donnie, what do we have going on in the chat box? Let's jump on. By the way, our friend Bartolo Colon was beaten up again. I just want to say.
Ask Pete about that one. He was hot. Pete was pretty high on Bartolo.
Yeah, he was. And look, I give him respect. I mean, Bartolo Colon has had a very good career, especially late in his career, with how he's been able to kind of, deal with his, physical issues and been able to be good. But again, down in Atlanta, it's a little bit different animal. Not a very good team, struggling to, have a good bullpen. It's going to be tough all year for Bartolo. But the Mets finally score a couple runs tonight, Donnie, 9 runs.
Yeah, getting underway there. Hopefully they can, get Cespedes back, get that team a little bit healthier. But again, that pitching staff, it's going to be a lot to be desired heading down the stretch. Who's going to be healthy, who's not healthy. That's what they bank on. That's what the Mets were going to do, dominate on frontline starting pitching. And that's taking quite a big hit here.
Did you guys hear Syndergaard might be at 3 months? Mets season is over. The Mets season was over anyway. This team blows. But yeah, I mean, Syndergaard being out is terrible. I mean, that's terrible news. Like you said, though, because they're so dependent on top flight starters. Their bullpen has struggled. And Donnie, you look at the point of the matter that they're giving up. I think opponents are hitting 280 against them this year.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. I mean, it's amazing at how poor they've gotten pitching wise. But when you're throwing out Robert Selman every 5th day, that's not good.
No, it certainly isn't good there. What else we have here on the board? Cincinnati, rookie Davis, Jeff, with a fantastic outing, 7-2 over Jamison Tyone. Many didn't see that one coming. An interesting line. It sets up at 113, peels back a little bit, heavy underdog there, Cincinnati. I didn't overall like the numbers in that one, so I stayed away from it. But my goodness, if you bet rookie Davis there, you, Jeff, might be a sharp bettor for sure.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this line smelled, I thought. Yeah. I was looking at this line, and I was thinking, like, wow, Pittsburgh looks really good tonight, but why are they only 120 in this spot? I mean, Tyone had been fantastic, but he gives up a 3-run shot to Suarez in the 1st inning, and you kind of kissed that one goodbye because this Pirates offense. I mean, you look at this lineup tonight. I mean, my God. I mean, what a mishigas of just bullshit.
Yeah, Pirates had a couple chances there early to maybe tack a run on or two and try to get to Davis, but they just weren't able to do it. I know Davis went through 5 with a clean sheet in that up. I believe it was I don't think it was 7-0 just yet, but I think it was like 5-0 through 5. So he was just
he actually didn't give up a run. He went 5 innings.
So he did go 5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know if he went past 5. Colorado's already on the board, Jeff. 1-0 in the top of the 1st over Jared Weaver. I didn't see what happened.
Good old Jared Weaver, my buddy. Yeah. By the way, Donnie, that group, that Pittsburgh Pirates team, your best hitter, Josh Harrison, it's leadoff. Yeah. DJ LeMahieu single after a Charlie Blackmon double. So 2 straight hits against Jared Weaver. I get a feeling that's ugly tonight. That's an ugly
There we
game.
go. Can I get that? I'm hoping to get the over 2 in the 1st inning would be nice.
Is this 7th inning still going on in this Yankee game?
Yeah, they just walked the man in from the bases loaded 8-6.
They've been in the 7th inning for like forever.
Yeah.
My God. You have a couple games just underway out in Seattle. You got that one scoreless in the bottom one. Nolasco against Iwakuma. You also have San Francisco and the Dodgers. You got Jeff Zamarja against Julio Urias. You got a Dodgers team facing a lefty. Can Jeff Zamarja baffle them tonight, Donnie?
Jeff Samardzija, it's a big night. It almost feels do or die for it, doesn't? I mean, they're a big dog tonight coming in. Urias has been decent there in his last couple of starts. Or actually, is this his first start this year? I was reading the stat. I believe 8 straight starts where it was 2 runs or less, something like that. I caught one of those tail end things. I didn't really cap the game, but it looked like he had a good run going.
Yeah, he hasn't pitched this year.
Hasn't pitched this year, but I know he's been in the I guess over last year is what they're counting on, I guess.
Oh, yeah, he pitched well last year. He came in as a high heralded prospect.
No, I know a lot about him. I didn't see what that stat was. It was a pretty impressive one they had.
Do the Mets make a move for Katana? No, they're going to be sellers. Buffon has won everything but Champions League. He will do it this year. We hope so, John. We hope so. Will be interesting to see if the Mets move Cespedes as Syndergaard is out. Yeah, I mean that would be beneficial. I feel like.
Yeah.
Donnie from the Philadelphia area. Yes, we both are. Here you go, Donnie. You're good now. Vital has just jinxed the Yankees. Hey, I just want to say a big thank you to the Yankees for coming back at home, trying to win this out, even with overweight CC Sabathia trying to give the goddamn game away.
Yeah.
Why'd you bet on him, Vitalis? Why'd you bet on him?
Tough. Mariners get on the board 1-0. Must have. I didn't see what. Obviously, I don't have it. And by the way, Jeff, Colorado 2-0 in the first inning. We have at worst case a push on my roundtable play today. So let's scrape.
Good job.
Let's scrape one more. Still man on second, nobody out. 2 runs on the board. Let's see if we can punch in a third.
By the way, I obviously am overweight. It's clear. But I do want to say I do want to kind of shout out the overweight athlete. Just because you're overweight doesn't mean you can't be good in sports. I just look at a guy like Cologne and say to myself, don't you want to like live longer and prosper? I guess you're dealing with so many athletes and stuff, and somebody said it. And they're totally right. Babe Ruth, I mean, was a bigger guy. I mean, you don't have to be totally skinny. Robinson Cano 1-0 home run. Arthur Meade. All right, you're from Wildwood. Nice, or close to Wildwood. You're 35 minutes from Wildwood. Where? What town? I'd love to know.
County then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Ocean City, so you can't be far from me.
It's about right that distance. Yeah.
Donnie, what's your thoughts on Wildwood? I was never a big Wildwood guy. I always want the market.
I'm not a Wildwood guy, Jeff. I'm not a Wildwood guy.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not a Wildwood guy. I mean, I vacation there. I've been there. Taking the kids there, walk the boardwalk there, but I'm not. I know there's people. I know that's funny. If you're from Philadelphia, a lot of the times, like Wildwood is your spot, especially South Philadelphia in that area. But I was just never a big Wildwood person.
My brother almost got by the tram car one time in Wildwood.
Watch the tram car, please.
The tram car, please. And we never went back. I was always we were always Margate, Atlantic City, Ocean City kind of people. But
exactly, me too.
I thought Jeff was John Goodman. Funny. Just
outside of Vineland. There you go. Okay, Cumberland County. There you go.
That's Mike Trout's from that area, isn't he? Millville.
Yeah, Millville area. Yep, absolutely. Vineland Clan. How about that, Jeff, for a high school name? Maybe a little bit of passe now. The Vineland Fighting Clan.
Oh, yeah. They got to change it. Is that their mascot name?
Yeah, I don't know obviously it's not their mascot, but that's their nickname is the Fighting Clan.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
come on, Colorado Punch just let one in. Let's get this one over with.
Does he have an out yet, Jared Weaver?
No, he does have one out. So he's certainly power.
Homer, 4-0. Boom.
Is it really? There you go. Done deal.
Dude, how bad is he? He's so bad, Jared Weaver. It's fucking great. Good job, Donnie. Good job.
That works well.
Let's transit over. We'll wait for our caller to call in. I should be calling in pretty soon.
Go a little NBA action, Jeff. 125-103 Cleveland over the Raptors in that one. How about that?
Yeah. By the way, before we get into that, Donnie, did you see that they permanently banned that guy from Fenway?
They should permanently ban this. So obviously they know who it is and they can put his name up there then is what I'm assuming. Yes?
Yeah, they didn't put his name out, though. It was reported, I guess, and that the offending fan was ejected and told he would no longer be welcome at Fenway Park. The team did not identify the person. They said in a statement they will not tolerate the use of racial slurs at Fenway Park. There's no place for racial epithets at Fenway Park in baseball or our society.
Yeah,
So why didn't you blast the guy?
Yeah,
why don't you give him why don't you put his name out there? Put a fucking billboard up and say, this guy is a piece of shit racist. Here's his address. Go to his house and knock his head off. 50-46 currently. San Antonio up on the Houston Rockets, which my play of the day on the roundtable was the San Antonio Spurs. Looking good so far, shooting 62%. Probably should be up a little bit more, but Houston's also shooting very good at 54.5%. By the way, not one free throw yet for the San Antonio Spurs. So for everyone saying that you can get all these calls at home, hasn't been the case tonight. Cleveland and Toronto. Yes, Donnie. Cleveland has absolutely worked Toronto in this series. Is going home going to change anything?
No, I don't think so.
I don't either. It kind of sucks. And I thought we'd see a better performance out of this team, but we just haven't. And they really.
I just want to see the finals, big man. Like, I'm not a huge NBA guy. I just want to get to these finals. This is going to be bad blood. It's going to be fun. It's going to be talent all over the court.
I mean, what a pathetic performance tonight from DeRozan. I mean, this guy's supposed to be your star. I mean, he puts up 5 points. I mean, what if Valanciunas doesn't give you 23? I mean, you lose by 40 here. Just a really brutal. I mean, and DeRozan's not. I don't know if he's a star. I mean, he's very good. I wouldn't build my team around DeMar DeRozan, but he doesn't. He gets to the foul line 3 times. I mean, just not good enough. And I don't think a change of venue is going to do much. So I think if you're on Cleveland, you might smell another sweep there. No.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wonder what the price on that would have been, or at least the price if they sweep through the Eastern Conference. One would think that, they might sweep Toronto, but I don't know if they can sweep the Celtics. So the Celtics are going to come to play at home.
Yeah, I think if anyone's going to sweep, it'll be Golden State. I mean, clearly. That would – I mean, look, LeBron has been really good in obviously first round. Second round, obviously, it goes down a little bit. But, I don't think they'll sweep. I mean, that would be hard to think that if they face the Celtics, they're going to sweep. I get a weird feeling that one can go 6 or 7 if they face each other.
I hope it does. I mean, give me a little bit to reach before the finals, but I just hope nobody gets hurt. Again, same thing. I always wish in every sports season, if there was like a magic spell, like nobody would ever get hurt. So, everybody would have that same opportunity, no bad breaks. But I really hope nobody gets hurt between Golden State and Cleveland, because it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, no. It always is. It always is, just back and forth. I mean, obviously they're going to have a chip on their shoulder after last year, Golden State. Good question there on the chat box from, who was that? Jamie T. Who do you think is going to be the MVP? I would guess you're saying NBA. Look, listen, I know his team wasn't anything to write home about, but I'm just not sure how you don't give it to Russell Westbrook, Donnie. I mean, I love James Harden. I made that clear. I'm a big James Harden guy. But, I mean, the guy averaged a triple-double. I mean, what do you think about that, Don?
I wouldn't – I mean – I have to preface this by saying I'm pretty much a Westbrook hater. There's some people I'm just haters on.
Sure.
Of course, Eli Manning.
He's not a likable guy. I mean,
and that's what pisses me off about him, because if he had a completely different attitude of how he went about everything, he's the walk-away MVP, and it's really not even close. If Steve Nash can take down an MVP, Russell Westbrook had 5 times the season what Steve Nash got. But you just see the little stuff, like couldn't win with Durant. He's bickering, with fashion. Every time they play Golden State, he's wearing the official photographer, taking shots. And then he goes to the All-Star game, and the entire Western Conference is shooting down the one side. He's all by his little self because he's so upset. He's shooting by himself. And the fact that it's funny to watch Oklahoma City games because, again, you can't just go out and get a triple-double every night. I don't even care if everybody helps you. But the fact on the rebounds, like the foul line where everybody makes sure they block out so any missed free throw is his, it just really gets on my nerves. I don't like guys that play for stats, even though he's good enough to get triple-doubles and did something amazing. I would just give it to Harden, but I do preface that by saying I am a Westbrook hater, yes.
No, I listen, I'm not a fan of his antics either. I mean, he's definitely a me guy, it seems like. And he bickers and whines and wants his way.
But the one thing I do agree with, though, Jeff, is Westbrook is exactly where he wants to be. If you look at Westbrook, he would like to get a triple-double every night. If they went 0-82, but he had a triple-double, I think he goes home and high-fives everybody that he had a great night. I just think that's the type of overall guy he is. Because if you can't play, squeeze it in with James Harden, if you can't get down with Kevin Durant, you're right where you want to be. I want the ball. I want to do whatever I want. I want this organization to be mine. I want to get a triple-double every night. I want my stats. And if we win, so be it. But I need my stats.
I mean, look, he's also a guy that I think he's constantly thriving for attention. I mean, constantly.
Yes, exactly.
You look at his antics, when he walks.
Hero ball. I mean, he invented hero ball.
Right. And the way he dresses. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I mean, the way he dresses is odd. I mean, and look, I've seen all sorts of looks. I've been there, done that. And look, the way he dresses is fairly odd. And you got to wonder, I mean, they got on Allen Iverson for it. Why don't they get on him for it? I mean, come on. I mean, his dress code's as weird as anyone.
I always like those that make AI dress up when they put the dress code in. He's wearing $5,000 Armani suits and just leave him crumpled up in the hotel room off to the next city, man. AI was one of a kind, man.
Yeah, he didn't even wear suits. I mean, he wouldn't even wear a suit to the Hall of Fame, for God's sake.
I mean, that's it. That's what you love about him. That's who he was.
Yeah, but that's not fashion, Giorgio. Fashion is wearing, $2,000 suits, hand printed ties, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, cut suits that look good. I mean, yes, there's a lot of fashionable people, and then there's just, I'm just going to wear something crazy so somebody says, I saw me at the game.
Not tattered jeans with a Ramon shirt on. I mean, come on. I mean that with some dumb hat. I mean, that's not fashionable. But again, I mean, I wear tracksuits constantly. So
yeah, I mean, I guess if you made that much money, I guess you can just be as fashionable
right?
as you want. It doesn't even matter. You're right, man.
Let me ask you another question on Russell Westbrook. Kind of odd, kind of off the cusp.
Yeah.
Look, NBA player, right? Is he married? I've never.
Good point, Jeff. I found that out. He is married.
He is married. I'm just looking it up here, which he, and she's beautiful girl, beautiful woman, very pretty. I've never heard of his wife. It's interesting. He definitely keeps, and I think at the end of the day, I feel like he kind of seems like he searches out attention, but in a way, he's like kind of private, seemingly. I didn't even know he had a wife.
Yeah, you actually don't hear. I mean, he obviously doesn't get in trouble. You don't hear much from him off the court. So I do give him kudos for that because I appreciate that. But the same way with LeBron could be a little bitchy to me, but LeBron is a great role model. I mean, he doesn't get in trouble off the court. He's a great businessman. His antics, or I don't even want to say antics, but the way he handles himself sometimes, you say, come on, King. You know what I mean? You're right. He can do that a little bit easier. But as far as a role model, yes, Russell Westbrook, not in trouble, very private home life. Give him credit for that.
Now, what are your thoughts on this? Supposedly, according to Jordan Heck of Sporting News, I guess him and his wife were at a restaurant. The wife wanted cake, and he didn't want to pay for the dessert, so he made it up that it was her birthday, and they gave her cake, and he bragged about it on.
Wait, what was this?
Snapchat.
Who was this?
I guess Russell Westbrook was at a restaurant.
Yeah,
he wanted a free cake for his wife. I guess she's pregnant, and he lied and said her birthday was today, but it was really in January.
So what was the point of it, though? They only give you cake if it's your birthday? I guess
they give you free cake if it's your birthday. Yeah, I mean, every restaurant does that, I believe. Yeah. If it's your birthday, they give you a free little sheet cake or something. I mean,
he didn't have his wallet that night, man,
Come on, dude. I mean, what are you worth, $100 million?
At least.
Have you ever done that? Like said,
No. I'm the type of guy that if I go out and it's my birthday, I'm telling everybody at the table, don't you goddamn mention to anybody it's my birthday. I'm not about to get sung to in this place and any cake or anything.
Well, I don't know if you ever heard of Shady Maple. It's like a buffet up here in Amish.
No, yeah,
it's like a big buffet. It's very it's like world famous. They give you free buffet if it's your birthday.
Yeah,
and they actually check your ID. Like because
people are going to go when they get over on somebody. Of course
they pull it out and make you check. By the way, Shun, all of them get pretty chicks. No, they don't. Have you ever seen T.I.'s wife, the rapper?
Yeah.
God, for God's sake.
But then again, I mean, you won't. Hey, she might be holding down the house, but you're doing a 50-city tour.
She's annoying as hell. Have you ever seen her? She's brutal.
Yeah, Tiny and T.I., right?
Yeah, they had the show and everything.
Yeah, and then he went to jail, and
yeah. Ian should be calling in any minute. He just signed on Skype, it looks like, so we'll get him up here any minute. He probably couldn't afford the cake. Maybe he forgot his wallet. But definitely.
Like Sensatella gave up one run, 4-1, heading into the top of the second. Looks like that one's headed for an over. Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of runs so far in that one. By the way, before we get Ian on, Donnie, did you hear the latest on our boy Carson Wentz?
I did not hear the latest. What do we got?
He brought his offensive line high-end Beretta.
Yes. I did know that story. Yes,
which I got to tell you is a very cool move by Carson Wentz. I kind of find guns fascinating. I don't really, I'm not a big gun guy, but Beretta would be sweet. I mean, really sweet. I guess they went shooting up in where was it? North Dakota, I guess it was.
I saw the big picture of him. I guess there was a recent picture because it was a Christmas present that he got his offensive line signature shotguns, painted up nice with like their number on it, probably maybe Eagle colors. And then he got them. Oh yeah. And then he got them all together and just said, hey, I'll teach you how to shoot it. Let's have some fun. And I live on like a big spread. So we're just going to start blasting off.
I love those like bonding exercises, like with teammates.
That's a cool one too, because these guys got all the money in the world. You get them a watch, or you get them like some nice big screen TVs, or I'm gonna take you guys out to dinner, or get you guys like high end suits. That's a cool prize or present to actually get a shot. I mean, it's probably a high end shotgun that's completely custom with like your name and number on it. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah,
I remember when last year Zeke Elliott got his offensive lineman like 4x4 vehicles or something.
Yeah,
they're just cool gifts. What do you get a person that has everything? It's like you got to kind of think about it. But we're not getting Holly Hendricks on. I mean, come on. Do you know who Holly Hendricks is, Donnie?
No, I do not. Give me it.
Just think about it. What do you think she is?
Holly Hendricks, a porn star, maybe.
Right. Yeah. I'm not gonna.
How come her last name is an HENDRIXXX? Then wouldn't that be more appropriate, like what they usually do?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Maybe. We'll get her on and you can ask her. Yeah. By the way, guys, Teddy Covers will join us next Monday. He's going to be on the show. We also will have Ian Cameron tonight and looking at some other guests as well. So should be a fun-filled couple nights here. Ian Cameron must be drunk. Maybe he can't read correctly.
Hey, maybe it's what happens in Halifax or wherever he's from up there in Canada.
Yeah, I got to ask him about some of that stuff. Any leans tomorrow early for MLB, Donnie?
I don't have it. I didn't even take a look at the card yet. Usually after the show, when those lines start coming out and filtering out, to get a good look and check a couple things. But no, I don't have anything on that just yet.
Yeah, I don't either. There's one soccer game which I'll be on. As far as day baseball, you do have several games. You have plenty tomorrow.
About time. Yeah, I was missing that today.
A lot of day games.
Wow,
probably
you're right about that.
Hey, by the way, Donnie, Ubaldo Jimenez pitched tonight. He's also the starter for tomorrow.
Yeah, why not? Just have him run out like 9 innings out there. Might even be better for him.
Pitching tomorrow for the Red Sox? Don't look.
Pitching tomorrow for the Red Sox?
I'm going to give you a hint, okay? Don't look.
No, I'm not looking.
He used to play for the Phillies.
He's obviously not in the current rotation, so he must have been like a brought up from the minors.
He hasn't surfaced for a while. He's pitching tomorrow for the Red Sox. You'll never guess this.
I don't even know, like a Jerome Williams or somebody.
Kyle Kendrick.
Wow, how about that? You know, it's going to be some meatballs tomorrow up there. Is that wind going to be blowing out? I got to check that one out.
10 the total is already.
Jesus. Robinson, yes. Was Natalie Rydstrom ever a guest? Yes, she was a guest.
Yeah, she was about 2 weeks ago. Ian Cameron, how you doing, buddy?
Ian!
I have arrived. Better late than never. How are you guys tonight?
Very good.
What, are you drunk? You were drunk out in Halifax, huh?
By the way, Jeff, I just use Halifax as a term. I don't know. I don't think that's where he's from.
I think he's from Halifax. Aren't you?
Is he really?
That's why I didn't respond. I'm like, what are you talking about, Halifax? No, I'm Hamilton. You got it. It actually starts with an H, so you got it halfway correct.
That's what I always say to Jeff. I was just kidding around. I always say, yeah, Ian's from Halifax, or just because it's. Actually forgot where he's from. But it's only got Canada.
No, it's funny, guys. I was coming from a bar, actually, believe it or not. So we actually haven't had a few coming into this show tonight. There so if we have that belligerent, that's
no wonder you relate. You are exactly. Words are slurring.
Yeah, exactly. They're slurring more. By the way, they're slurring a lot more too after you throw them back and you end up going 0-3 on your client card tonight. So you start throwing a few back. Yeah, it's nice.
Hey, you better need a couple more then, right? Yeah.
That's okay. That's what I love about doing all these shows. I mean, I'm honest. I throw it out there. It was a shit night for me. What can I say? Look at even the fucking video best bet on the round table didn't come through. Boston and Baltimore stays under the total. So hey, it's that kind of night. We're getting our fucking ass kicked. What can you say?
Look at him swearing like a sailor.
That's it tonight, man. That's what we do late night.
Ian Cameron, you're an interesting character. We've dealt with you before. We're on the roundtable with you. I've done videos with you in the past. I've had you on my podcast. to me, you're an interesting character. I mean, obviously with, you're a great sports guy. You know a ton, which I think we've all – I mean, I don't really vouch for anyone. Donnie is about the only person I've ever vouched for.
Yeah.
You are someone I would say I would vouch for. I think your level of expertise is fantastic. I actually put it up close to the level of expertise that I have, which is pretty high. But I want to ask you, Ian, how'd you get into the business? I mean, I got to be honest, you don't look like a handicapper to me. I feel like I look like a handicapper. I look like a lazy person that doesn't want to get up and do his hair or do anything worth anything. You look like a stockbroker, Ian. What made you get into handicapping?
It actually is a crazy story because when I was a kid, I always loved sports going back to when I was in elementary school, in the 90s, early 90s. And basically, I was just a shit athlete. I couldn't play anything. I couldn't put a basketball in the hoop. I couldn't fire a puck in the net for hockey. I couldn't throw a football through a spiral or to the end zone for a touchdown. Forget it.
We lost him.
No.
He must have hit exit or something.
God damn it, Halifax, Canada, wherever you are.
He's definitely drunk. You can tell.
That makes it good. I'm about to get drunk losing this Toronto 4-run lead, 3-run lead, 1-run lead game. I might as well start pounding some alcohol too.
Yeah, some beers, right? How about them Penguins? What's going on in that game? Are they winning?
Pens won 3-2. Yeah, Dog Raymond shows up with that one. How about that? Now that's one of those contrarian type plays you would have thought, right?
Dog, we haven't seen you after you said the Mets were a lock. You've been disappeared for about 4 days.
The Mets won tonight, so he's probably going to say he doubled down tonight.
I remember that one day he was on here. He said they were a lock. And
I know, yeah, I was just joking. That's why he came back, because they won.
Can't throw a ball, can't shoot a puck, can't connect to Skype. That's fun. Good one, Zach. Zach, why don't you call in? You're probably better with Skype than Ian Cameron is. Maybe his computer died or something. Maybe he lost electric. Yeah, it's probably still snowing up there, right? Hey, Zach, call in, Zach. You want to call in?
Zach, call in so we can talk some Bitcoin tonight. Let's get some deals going over here.
Yeah, Donnie, what's up? Donnie's obsessed with Bitcoin. Like, what's up?
I need to get that. I mean, hey, I look for all angles in sports gambling to make it easier for you to place a wager, put money in an account, take money out. And Bitcoin seems like it's one of those things which I don't know much about, and I would love to know a lot more about it because, I mean, we've all done money wires. We've all done debit cards. We've all done credit cards. It's changed in the industry over the past 20 years. Now it looks like Bitcoin a lot of people use out there. I really would like to know exactly how it's done. And I know there's a market and you have to trade it here and do this. I don't know anything upfront about that, but I know there's some people at SBR putting out those product or those what's the word I'm looking for, articles that are retweeted out there. Probably Zach's one of those guys who's actually doing that or has a hand in that. I would love to get somebody on just to explain it, 10 to 15 minutes, how it can benefit you.
We'll maybe get someone on. Maybe Zach can do it. Ian, what happened? Did your electric cut out? What's up?
I don't know what the hell it was. You know what it was? I got tons of shit running in the background here. I had to shut it all down. Shut the shit down now that we've done that.
What, he snowed in or something? It's snowing up there?
No. It's actually nice and nice day today. Sunshine. It was about 64 Fahrenheit. That's pretty good for here. In,
hey, by the way, before we get back into what we're talking about, I don't know if you are familiar, Ian, with Barstool Sports.
I have. Oh, definitely. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's these guys that do they do this impression of a Canadian, and I wanted to kind of play it and see what you thought of it, if it was any good, which I feel like it is. It's pretty funny, I thought. But it kind of makes fun in a way of the way they talk. You don't really talk that way, though. Like, say sorry. Can you say sorry for me?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's sorry, Ian. Not sorry.
Yeah.
By the way, hey, Ian,
the Canadian accent's not as thick as the Southern accent. Come on. College basketball. How we doing there today?
I love the way you say sorry. It's amazing.
Ian, the city of Hamilton. Now, correct me. Like, growing up, I was a big hockey fan, and I joked with the other day about Youngblood, the movie. It was like Thunder Bay, but Hamilton was one of the teams in there. Is that correct?
It was, yeah. Back in the day, Hamilton's a big sports city because they're not major league sports like NHL and NBA, obviously, but they've got the CFL team, the Ticats. They love the Bulldogs, the junior hockey team. There's a bunch of inter-county baseball league in this city, so there's a baseball team as well, and just minor leagues, just that kind of thing. But still, they love their sports here. It's a blue-collar town. It's basically Hamilton is Canada's Pittsburgh. Steel City, blue collar, tough-minded people, that kind of thing. Yeah.
I got to get up there sometime. I mean, you're not that far really from us. I'm not sure they'll let me in that great country, but I'll try. Ian, let's get back to why you get in this business.
Sure.
I know you've told me before, but tell the listeners.
Yeah, we were going on, and I think when things got interrupted, I was talking about I was lousy.
You were talking about how bad you were at sports when you were a kid, which I got to say, looking at you, it doesn't seem like that would be surprising. No offense. We have fun on this show, Ian, but no, continue. I'm sorry.
I can bowl well. That's about it. That's the only thing I can do.
That's
but basically,
also not surprising to me.
Yeah. Recess, basically, in elementary school, I would do play-by-play of all the games going on. I would put a pencil. Yeah, I would put a pencil up to my mouth there and pretend I'm being a play-by-play guy and just call the game, shot scored, or big 3-pointer, or that kind of stuff. And I would love play-by-play
and stuff. Like you were like, hey, today for lunch it's breaded chicken with a side of applesauce.
I didn't get to do any announcements, readings, or anything like that. It was just I just did it on my own sports play-by-play, and that's actually what I thought I was going to get into, and what I wanted to get into initially was sports play-by-play. Let's be a Joe Buck, let's be Jim Nantz or whoever, and get into that. And it didn't really go that way initially. I ended up, one other passion I had early on was software engineering. Got into that a little bit, and ended up taking that in college, and then basically got into more computer, based jobs, doing database programming, doing
sounds boring.
Yeah, exact technical support for Cogeco Cable, which required IT skills as well there. And it got to the point where the job was okay at first. The benefits were good. That was probably the best part of it. It wasn't listening to the customers crank on all day about their problems and their struggles, which you had nothing to do with. But hey, they're going to tell you that you're the problem and fuck
it's
you.
It's like how many times a day?
Yeah.
Say, shut the fuck up. Like
exactly.
Your problems.
Yeah, exactly. And then just blame you for it, even though you're just trying to do the absolute best you can to help them. But they don't give a shit about that. They got a problem. They want it fixed. They want it fixed now. They don't care who they're talking to. So we've had that kind of position for a while, and it got to the point where it was monotonous. It was dragging along. And during that whole time, when I was doing the software engineering, I was doing co-op work for a company in the city of Hamilton. I was doing that technical support for Cogeco Cable in the area. During that whole time, I started listening to this channel, Hardcore Sports Radio, Sirius XM. There were a ton of great hosts on it. Richard Garner, Sarah Meehan, Gabriel Morency, Cam Stewart, a bunch of guys that were just talking sports, swearing left and right. It was uncensored. Anything went. And that channel, Hardcore Sports Radio, was around from 2007 to 2009 or 10. They talked about things from a sports betting perspective. They were heavy on it. Every sports update on Hardcore Sports Radio was point spreads, totals, with every single game that they said. It's Rangers taking on the Leafs. We've got the Leafs a -150 favorite, total of 5. And that's sort of like what VSiN is doing right now with their shows. So, and I loved it. And I loved listening to the passion, and just they were hilarious. These, especially Gabe and Cam, are still going strong. Morency and Cam Stewart, two good friends of mine. I was a big fan of theirs. They had a loyal following for many years at Hardcore Sports Radio, and it was a lot of sports betting. They were compulsive gamblers. They bet on everything. They bet on all the major sports. They bet on soccer. They would bet on Filipino basketball. Gabe in particular, he will bet the Filipino Basketball League. That is how out there he is as a compulsive gambler. So, but that all stoked the interest in sports betting for me. I was dabbling in it prior to that, just light stuff. But then these guys and their passion for it, and their ability to actually put together some strong winning streaks on their shows with their picks, really got me into, hey, I know a lot about sports. I think betting on it and winning money with it would be fun, would be cool. Let's start trying to do that. And just as the months went on, as the years went on, the desire for sports betting and interest I had in it just grew and grew and grew. And it became a passion. I'm like, boy, this is something I really love doing. I want to keep doing it. So that it was just a hobby at that point. It was just an interest. So, but then I was really into it. I mean, I was betting daily, betting a ton of games daily. Poor money management at times. I should preface that. It was
that's
just
how everyone is.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Right at the beginning, that's exactly what it was. I had to learn that the hard way, which we do now. We have managed the bankroll very well now for years. So We avoid these crazy situations where you're putting the house on one particular game. We don't do that anymore. But as time went on, guys, sports betting, it was the thing that interested me the most. And I was still at Cogeco Cable doing that job. And I got to the point where I was fed up with it. It got to a boiling point. They weren't happy with my call quality records. I wasn't happy with the shit I was taking from them on a fucking daily basis and the aggravation that I was going through for the whole thing. So I actually told them, I'm getting out of here. I'm done. So we resigned from there. And it's funny because I got to rewind a bit, because a year before that, I took a trip to Las Vegas. And at the time, I was a client. I was so much into sports betting that I'm like, I need a handicapper to sort of, help me guide the way, make good decisions. Teddy Covers, I was a client of his, sportsmemo.com. Yes, Teddy Covers, the one and only. You see him every day. I'm sure most of our viewers see him every day. Sports Bit with Paul Howard.
Going to be a
show.
guest on Monday, by the way. So we're looking forward to having him as well.
And I was a client. Exactly. And I was a client, Jeff, of his for a couple of years at least. Just when I was starting out in sports betting, my interest had just gone way up for sports betting from listening to Hardcore Sports Radio and Morency and Cam Stewart on a daily basis. So I was a client with him. And we got to the point where I said to Teddy, because we emailed, it's a nice client, handicapper relationship we had. And I never piled on him for a bad day. I never did. Like, I just said, don't worry about it, man. It's what it happens. You go on the next time. We had a great relationship. We ended up being a friendship. I ended up going down to Vegas, met him there back in 2010 or 11 it was. And we just talked sports for hours, talked life. And he was just blown away by my knowledge of sports, like just how much I knew about teams, players, statistics, the whole bit. And he said, have you ever considered being a sports handicapper, doing this professionally, doing this for a career? I said, no, not at all. I like sports betting, enjoy it, want to make money with it, but never in a million years thought it could be a career for me. And he says, well, you should consider it. I think you do a decent job at it. And I'm like, wow. And then, so it didn't really occur to me to think about it a lot more at that point. But then I resigned from my IT job at Cogeco Cable a year later, and I'm starting to think to myself, boy, I love the sports betting stuff. Do I make a run at trying to be a handicapper? And before I even make that decision, guys, or even consider what do I do next to make this happen, I get an email from Aaron Renning, who's one of the principal handicappers at Sports Memo, and he's an incredible handicapper. Sure. I mean, he's especially in NBA and NFL and baseball. Those are his three sports, and he's a winning capper year after year in all three sports. He, not Teddy, Aaron Renning, who I've never met before. I know of him because obviously I'm a client with Teddy at Sports Memo at the time. And Aaron Renning just emails me out of the blue saying, we've got openings at sportsmemo.com. for a new handicapper. Teddy has told me that he's met you, that you know a lot. At the time, I was posting free plays in the Sports Memo forum, which kind of helped, display my ability at the time as well. And just all of a sudden, Aaron Renning in that email says, would you like to join sportsmemo.com as a handicapper? Not, we're going to put you through a trial run. Would you like to join? Like it's on like the job offer right then and there. And I had never even talked to the guy ever before. And right away, I'm jumping at it. I had just quit a lousy job. I had had enough. It was pissing me off. It was leaving me miserable on a daily basis. And sure enough, there we go. Sportsmemo.com. I signed the deal with them 2012. That was 5 years ago. It's already coming up on 5 years now. I've been with Sports Memo, and I had no clue how I was going to do. None, zero. I mean, I was going into that job. I had no experience as a handicapper. I had no idea if I had what it took to have a long-term winning track record in not just one sport, in a variety of sports. Like they had wanted me to do NFL, college football, hockey, CFL, a little bit of baseball, college basketball. I had no clue if I was going to be able to put together winning, profitable marks. And of course, you have to if you're going to maintain your status at a website like that. They want people that are going to win and are going to sell. And that's basically the gist of any sports handicapping website. So I was worried. I was petrified at the beginning. But, we stuck to a procedure, started going through it, and gradually got more experience, more knowledge, what to expect, things you look at as a handicapper. And 5 years later, here I am at sportsmemo.com, and I'm proud to say I've had multiple winning seasons in a variety of different sports, and it is an incredible journey that I've taken to get here.
And now look, 10:30 on a Wednesday night, you're here with us.
Yeah, unbelievable. And now this SBR, this thing called SBR Video Sportsbook Review, I'm telling you, it's taken off. this is going to be big. I feel. I think if we all put 100% into SBR, this live stuff that they are planning, more live content down the road. I'm envisioning SBR still, and maybe it's a dream, maybe it's a figment of my imagination, maybe it's wishful thinking. I envision a 24/7 sports betting television network around SBR in the future, and legalization of sports betting will go a long way to making that happen.
Legalize it.
Yeah, no, we're counting down. Every day Donnie and I talk about New Jersey, which Donnie lives there. I have a legal address there. We're counting down the days until even New Jersey gets it. But yeah, I think it's coming. I mean, it's going to be ours soon enough. I agree. I mean, SBR is I don't know how long you've been watching SBR, but I've been watching SBR for a long time, and everything is just really kind of taken off, and I'm excited to be a part of SBR. It's fun to do videos every day, and I think it's pretty cool that we can sit here and do this stuff, and someone gives us outlets to do this, and we connect with all these people, and it's fun. So interesting story, and you definitely you've definitely built yourself a nice little life, and I'll say this to anyone: get away from the monotony of regular life. Find something you like to do and try to go for it. I can't say I've ever thought I would be able to sit here and do this every day, but I think Donnie, Ian, myself, we can all say you might fail, you might do well, you never know, but don't just be okay with being average and going to work, and not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just if you want to do it, go do it. Donnie, I got to ask you.
What's up?
You always have burning questions. ESPN a question.
Ask Ian a question. Oh yeah. By the way, Ian,
you ask him a ton of questions on the show. I mean,
so I saw the tweet come out today for you. More live shows. Is there anything in the works that we might need to know about yet?
Nothing's confirmed 100% yet, but we are looking at a 2 to 3 shows per week regarding Major League Baseball, co-hosted by myself and Drew Martin starting next week. So that is going to be fun. It's funny because we've got all parts of the roundtable now covered. You, Donnie, and Jeff have got your 2 shows, Big Man, or what is it? Late Night on Campus and Right Side of Campus. There we go. It is. There's the 2, and then the other bookends of the round table. Drew and I are apparently going to be starting some live baseball shows maybe as early as next week. So definitely looking forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. And again, we're going to do CFL live shows with Andrew. This live show surge right now with SBR coming up, and I can't wait till September. Could you imagine the live shows that this channel is going to be able to put
me and Jeff keep on.
I mean,
we keep saying it's the hardest season to actually do live shows on, even though there is content every day, is Major League Baseball. I mean, even though football, primarily college football, Saturday and Sunday, you can have hours and hours and hours on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of endless stuff to talk about, and hundreds and hundreds of people that would climb on the chat box and want to talk about that as well. So we love the live content part of it. And I think SBR taking that next initiative by going more live, I think it's what the people like, because you can always click on something and get a replay of something 5 to 7 minutes, 15 minutes and check it out. But when you can go live and you have that live chat box in there and go back and forth real time, I think it makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, plus you can, it's interactive. And Donnie, I know, when I would do a show on Spreaker, I always wanted that connection to the people that are listening. It's fun to know what people are thinking, and you're going to get knuckleheads once in a while, but it's fun to have people that can give their opinion, whether you agree or you don't agree with it. It's the wave of the future. A lot of good stuff coming up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to SBR. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. SBR is coming up. Ian, I got to ask you a couple questions here. I asked Peter Loshak, we had him on last night, which, we asked him some interesting questions, and I thought Peter was great. I mean, he was himself. He is who he is, and it was really entertaining. I liked it, Donnie, didn't you?
Yes, very much. I mean, it's you saw last night, we went over it, like, he's real. I mean, that's really Pete. You know what I mean? That's what is the best part about it. It's not any, I turn it off, I turn it on. That's exactly the way he's wound, which is cool.
Ian Cameron, I got some questions for you. Ready?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
What kind of woman does Ian Cameron like?
Oh, my goodness.
How about any?
Yeah, I'll take any at this point, to be honest with you. Any
long as they
takers?
I'm not sure if there are any out there, but I'm sure if you're out there, Ian
So I got my
Cameron's
wife breaking down a couple Eagles games. So yeah, that's the ticket, man.
Yeah, but
I'll be honest. I'll
What
be
do you look
honest.
for?
Obviously, you want someone that's beautiful. It's got all the features: the breast, the butt, the ass, whatever the case, the legs, whatever. But yeah, I want someone that's fun. That's not just a stick in the mud. That'll do some, fun, exciting things in life. That wants to have a good time, good experience. Do different things. If they love sports, that's a bonus. Hey, that's a friend of mine that I've been able to meet in Vegas. She's a friend of mine, good handicapper, Kelly Stewart in Vegas, and she is someone that's nice to look at, but she's very good in terms of nice person, good qualities. She's trying to become better as a sports bettor, sports handicapper. A good friend of mine there, but again, doesn't matter at all to me. Just someone that wants to be themselves. Obviously, if you're attractive, that's a bonus, but be yourself and be fun and exciting and exuberant and enjoy yourself, enjoy life. That's what I look for in a woman for sure.
Well said. Well said, Ian Cameron. So that brings me to my next question. Tomorrow, you're kidnapped from your house. They take you to an island in the middle of South Pacific. They drop you off there. The one condition is they'll bring you any woman you want in America, in the world, anywhere. Who would you want on the island with you?
Oh, wow. These are hard-hitting questions. Wow. I got to give this some thought here.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Kylie Jenner?
Nope.
Danielle Brolio.
Danielle Berjoli. Come on, Ian. We don't have all day here.
I got You know what? Because I've seen her a lot lately on television and all that, I'm going to just say Carrie Underwood. She's beautiful.
How about that?
Legs.
And I hate country music.
The hockey angle
music. It absolutely sickens me. Country music.
No way. Canadians all love country music.
I'm a hip hop guy. I'm an electronic dance guy. I'm a classic rock guy. Classic oldies, anything like that. 60s, 70s, 80s. Classic hip hop, dance, and electronic. I'm not country. I hate it. Can't stand it.
Yeah, Ian Cameron, I was interested to find out you like EDM. I'm an old school EDM guy. I still love it. I mean, I'm a big Armin van Buuren guy, but I didn't know you.
Yeah, hey, want to be my lover? Yeah, LaBouche, yeah.
I never knew you even liked it. Ian, my next question is obviously a hard-hitting question that I seem to ask everyone. You're getting executed tomorrow night. What's your last meal?
Last meal.
Yeah, you get an entree, a side, a drink, and a dessert. What are you eating?
Oh, boy. Definitely chocolate fudge cake would be the dessert because that's nice. My favorite. Absolutely love it. For the meal itself, I would get.
What do Canadians even eat?
Yeah, that is true.
Like stew or something?
We eat a little bit better.
Yeah, we were joking. Other than pizza, and Tim Hortons.
We eat a little bit better than that, but I would get, just anything in terms of fresh fish or a good old fashioned, New York steak, anything like that. Because I'm a big fish guy, I'm a big steak guy. Give me roasted potatoes. Give me a little, barbecue sauce on that with a little spice on it.
Wow.
It is. You know what's funny? I'm waiting to put on pounds here because I look like a skinflint here, but unfortunately, it's one of those situations. I actually eat pretty good, and a lot of the food I eat is actually not the healthiest. I eat meat and I eat chips and I eat chocolate bars and all that stuff, and still it hasn't put on the pound. And I drink beer like crazy, and I'm still, I'm still waiting for it to show at some point. Maybe when I'm 40 or 50, it will.
Ian, we got Canadians on here watching the show right now. Craig Murray says, boys, give Craig Murray and Adam Moore literally 20-minute drive up here in Nova Scotia watching your show. So we're up there in Halifax tonight. We're reaching everybody.
How about that? We had someone on from the Faroe
Islands. It's my countrymen backing me up. Thank you, guys. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Would you pay them?
You guys sing the national anthem pretty good up there, too.
Ian, I'll tell you what.
You ever eat polar bear?
Never. I could not. That's an honest to God truth. Never.
All right. No. Any pancakes? You eat pancakes a lot?
Oh, I love pancakes.
So do
With
I.
a ton of syrup and a ton of butter.
I'm a big breakfast guy. Yeah, amen.
Yeah,
syrup and butter just loaded on it. Just pile that shit up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, cuz Ian, you could take some. I could give you some weight if you want it, man.
We got to trade. You're right. You give me some of your weight, and I'll.
You just take it off my hand. Ian, what's your favorite sport to bet other than hockey?
Oh, football. Obviously not soccer, but American football. Yeah, it's just absolutely passion of mine. I love CFL, love NFL, love college football. I miss football dearly at this time of year. Like it's only been 3 months since the Super Bowl. I already miss football. I mean, that last snap of the Patriots-Falcons game seemed like an eons ago. I can't wait for it to get here. Can't wait for Canadian football in a month and a half, and can't wait for NFL preseason in August. I mean, it just cannot get here soon enough. Other than hockey, I eat, sleep, and breathe football, watching it and betting it.
Yeah, no, football's great. I mean, it's something that can be irritating, obviously, to everyone, but when it's over, you definitely miss it. And with the NFL draft just passing, it kind of got those juices flowing. It's a great game. I often will say this though, and I know you guys aren't soccer fans, which I understand, but I often watch the game and I think to myself, how do people not like this? What is there not to like about this? It's passionate. It's just everything about it is just. But then again, that's kind of how I feel about hockey. It's like, how do people watch hockey? It's like, what is this? It's not even interesting. But we all have our things. That's what's great about sports betting. You can pick the things you like and just kind of focus on them or not focus on them or whatever. So Ian, we got some people in the chat here. Interesting points. I think one of them asked, I guess he's been in Canada and Canadians are big into Puerto Rican women. You have anything to say about that?
The big population up there?
I don't know what that's about.
That's news to me. Are you reporting factual evidence here to support that?
No, somebody said that. I don't know. I meant to write it down. I never did. Yeah, I don't know. Donnie, you have any questions for Ian?
No, I'm all questioned out for this one.
I don't know how many Canadians go to Puerto Rico. I have no idea. I know I've never been there. This Canadian's never been there.
Sure. Ian, would you ever consider moving out of Canada?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's something I consider doing down the road for sure. Las Vegas is actually a long-term goal I have to be there at some point.
There you go.
Following Teddy's footsteps, my mentor here. A guy that's been a friend of mine now for 7 years at least, who moved to Vegas, I believe, in his late 30s. Fresh out of the University of Michigan. He was a Wolverine there, which I know he's talked about many, many times in the past. That's what I'm looking at. I'm thinking 40 years old when I get to that point. That's about 9 years away from now. We're looking at a situation where Vegas might be in the cards for me, and it's something that I would certainly be looking to do and want to do.
Love it. Yes. Ian, I feel like you like cold weather though, don't you? You wouldn't have any cold weather there.
I would not miss the cold weather. I would not miss the cold weather one bit. I'd say adios, Canada. Have fun with your snow. Have fun with your blizzards. Have fun with the snow plows. Just driving the snow back into your driveway when you've already fucking shoveled it already. Which pisses me off.
Do you speak French or no?
En français, oui, and then it pretty much dies after that. Yeah.
I for whatever reason, I thought everyone, like most people up there, knew French.
Oh, bonjour and au revoir. Hello and goodbye.
French Canadians.
Yeah.
Right. All right, Ian, you're an interesting character. I wanted to. I was just gushing at the point of knowing that I probably would get to talk about hockey today. But hey, looks like we're out of time. We're not going to get to talk about hockey, which
that's all right. Did you a favor there? Yeah.
I'm not sure how we're going to sleep tonight knowing that, but
what is it? 2-0 Edmonton, I think. Last I looked, 2-0
Edmonton. Yep, an early game. They had Pittsburgh. The upset went over the Caps.
Yeah.
By the way, not sure if anyone's surprised. Cubs did blow the run lead, by the way, which I'm not sure anyone was surprised with 2 outs. What do you know? Of course, they blow that and they win another.
I did say Jake Arrieta. He's a problem right now, and the Phillies got to him a little bit early.
Yes,
he's a guy I'm worried about.
It was funny because I talked so much shit on them today, but I bet on them anyway. Typical.
Really?
Ian Cameron, I had a 0-1 night. Donnie had an 0-1 night, and looks like you had an 0-3
I had a
night.
terrible night. I had a shit
yeah,
night.
I had the.
It's been a great run until
the round table play. At least that one came for. But yeah, I took an L on that.
See, that didn't even come through.
Marcus Stroman, fantastic.
Oh, what?
So I guess
I got to back up here, Donnie. You had Toronto?
I had Toronto tonight. Yes.
Yeah, so did I. So there you go.
Yeah,
brutal.
I was on them.
That's why I was relaxing 4-0. I'm like, I got Stroman on the mound. Yeah, he'll give up a couple runs, but he'll go 7, give up maybe 3. We'll be okay in this one.
And unfortunately, I got to put this disclaimer out there. I did an SBR Play of the Day video for Thursday. They're ice cold. I think they've lost 5 or 6 in a row since last week. It's been a disastrous run.
Dominating you, man.
He is. I mean, this guy's pissing the hell out of me or pissing me off, and he's annoying the fuck out of me on a daily basis with his records and his, where's the video? Where's the video? You know, we're trying to get the videos out there, okay? You know, we're doing the best we can. Sometimes, you know, the video team is doing the best they can to get it up there promptly and as quick as possible. It's not always going to be, you know, laser surgery here. You got to be patient. You got to wait for it. But yeah, Charles is good. Charles tunes in. That's all I ask for. He can comment 10 times on people's videos all he wants. He's watching. He's tuning in. He cares. That's what matters.
No, he loves you. He's always he always mentions to I see on the videos he likes your stuff. So yeah, Ian, you got a good SBR. You get a good thing going in general. You made your passion, you know, your profession, which I think we've all kind of worked to do, and I love it. I mean, good for you. I'm glad you found something you're happy doing, and you're a great guy. And I always love talking to you. You always provide a nice, interesting point of view. I got to say before I go. Last question. You're a big singing guy. You're always singing about stuff. Where does that come from?
It comes from, I love music. Like when I am working, when I'm handicapping the card, there's not silence in the background. Never. Not a single time. There's music cranking. Like, and in some cases, very loud. And people are saying, how can you work and think in that kind of environment? Well, I can. And I feel I can do better work when there's loud music and I'm singing my ass off here in the office to great music that I love, whether it's classic hip hop, classic rock, oldies, you know, some newer school rock, some newer school hip hop, whatever, electronic dance. We'll sing some of those old classic Euro joints from the 90s there. We'll get a little LaBouche going. We'll get a little Hadaway going. What is love? And life will never be the same. Life, you know, we'll get all of those great tracks going. We'll start singing. We're feeling good. And you know what? When you're feeling good, you get energy and life to do what you love doing. And that's why I feel when I perform my best as a handicapper and make my picks, finalize the client card, finalize what I'm going to do for a play of the day on the SBR videos, having that music to get you going makes a world difference to me. And I'm a huge music fan, music collector. If there's a song, I've probably got it in my library of music somewhere on the multiple computers I've got. I'm just an absolute savant when it comes to music collection and music knowledge and music fanaticism, I guess you could say. So it's just something I love. Music and sports, my top 2 passions in life. That it goes without saying.
I have to say, I don't know if you remember who William Hung was. He was that Asian guy who was on American Idol in season 1. Yeah. I felt like I was listening to him again when I heard your voice there. Yeah. It was a memory I didn't want to get.
Famous.
What about Psy? What happened to Psy? We did open Gangnam Style, or I say open condom style.
Don't start. Don't get that in my head. Ian, someday I'm going to take it to Delilah's Den in Atlantic City. We're going to go there. We're going to have a couple drinks. We're going to watch the broads dance. I want to see you at a strip club. We'll make that happen someday.
Road, yep.
Ian Cameron, always great. We will have you on again real soon. We will get on and have you on to talk hockey. Again, sorry, we ran out of time tonight. Thank you for coming on, brother. Any last words?
No,
thanks for coming on, big man. Thanks for coming on, Ian. We appreciate it, buddy.
I appreciate it. You guys are good friends now. I consider you guys friends, honest to God. I mean, Donnie and Jeff, both of you, and we're looking forward to meeting you at some point. That will happen, by the way. I'm coming to you, or you're coming to me.
Yeah, Zach,
something's going to happen. Yeah.
Zach's listening again. Zach, make this happen. Get us all down on the dime of the company. We'll all come down, and we'll have some fun. So, Ian, thanks for coming on, taking some time out of your night, and we'll talk to you again real soon, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, the strip club idea too. That is a plan for sure. That is going to happen as well.
I'll take 100%. You right to Delilah's Den, right on Pacific Avenue, Atlantic City. You have hookers walking around, crackheads. It'll be great. Nothing like Atlantic City without seeing your first crackhead. Have a nice night, buddy.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a good night. See ya.
Absolutely.
See ya, buddy.
There you go.
Ian, a good sport. Always, It's always fun when you can have someone come on and just have some, have fun with them. Just
vibe. I mean, we've been doing it together on a lot of shows, and
because Donnie, look, if you or I were at the bar right now, right?
Yeah,
we're sitting there. This is me. I'm going to break balls, have fun with people because people have fun with me too. I take it in stride. It's fun, and I'm glad Ian is always able to come on, and we've all had guests that have always been very open, whether it's Ed Fang, Natalie Rodgers, Peter Loshak. We're going to have a fun guest Friday night, Donnie, by the way. Alex from the Bankroll. He's going to join us.
He's going to do Friday, so we'll talk a little boxing with him too.
No, he's soccer. We're going to talk to him from Romania, Donnie. He's going to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to come on the show. So I'm going to get him to open up.
Weekend.
Big man, Black China or Nicki Minaj. Not even close. I'm a big Nicki Minaj fan. Big Nicki. Black China, not a big fan of. I mean, I wouldn't kick her out of my house, but it's Nicki Minaj. She's a top fiver for me. I love Nicki Minaj. She's perfect. Anything else tonight, Don?
No, I think we're good. Closing down with San Antonio Spurs up 82-74 in the late third. Baseball scores updated. Colorado still up 4-1 in the fourth inning. Seattle, Iwakuma, and Nolasco going at it 1-0 in the top of the fifth. And the Dodgers and Samardzija with an actually decent start tonight. 0-0 in that game in the top of the fourth.
Phillies, Cubs, of course. Donnie, it's funny. I'm sure you could build a small island with the amount of money I've lost on the Phillies over the years. Yeah. It's just unbelievable.
5-4 final. Cubs win it.
Every time I bet on those fuckers, they fuck me. Every time. It's brutal, man. Brutal. Everyone have a great night. We appreciate you tuning in. I will be back tomorrow. I have a lot going on. I'm actually going to be on the odds couple, if that surprises anyone. I'll be on with Peter Loshak having some fun over on the morning show there. I'll also be on later in the day with some soccer. Kerry Champion and Maria Taylor. Come on, I don't even need to answer that. Donnie, answer that for me, will you?
Maria Taylor for you, of course.
Yeah, Maria Taylor is one of my all-time favorites. I'll be back also later in the day with some soccer stuff. I got the EPL preview and the best bets for the weekend. I hit my best bet last week with Hoffenheim, so hopefully we can continue with some winners there. And Donnie, we will also be on tomorrow night after Sportsbet for a short show.
We're going to we might have a good topic out there tomorrow. If you guys want to tune in after the Sportsbet, we'll come on and do a quick little show that I think it's going to be interesting. We'll probably get some details out to you by Twitter by tomorrow.
Big man, thanks for the soccer pick. I've been my first soccer game and won a C note. Good for you, Randy. Please take that C note. Go buy your wife, girlfriend, your kid. Go buy them something nice for that. Hopefully, we continue to make more money as well. Everyone have a great night. We'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Donnie, what should I'm gonna have some fun with Peter Loshak, I think, on the live show tomorrow.
Yes.
I haven't been on the odds cover for some time. Many people know that. By the way, before we go, I saw someone mention about Ross Benjamin. I do not believe he's with SBR anymore. I'm sure Ross, you can find him out there. He's got his website and all sorts of stuff. So, definitely look out for him. I'm not sure what particulars, but people have asked that, so I just thought I'd address it quickly. Everyone have a great night. Odds couple. Why isn't Donnie going to be there?
My contract will not allow it at this point.
Yes, his contract won't allow
print.
And he actually has a life unlike me, so he does have some things going on, I would imagine. All right, guys, have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow, Friday, and every other day after that. Have a great night. Bye-bye.